Hello and welcome to the review for the Safari Ltd Vagaceratops. As always, if you would like to purchase this or any Safari Ltd figure, you can do so at safariltd.com or at amazon.com/safariltd, and you can use coupon code BIONIC to get 15% off of your purchase. So go do that. Why would you not want to save money? Okay, I'm done plugging things now. This figure doesn't get talked about a whole lot, and I can kind of see why. It was the first of sort of the modern style Safari Ltd Ceratopsids. It's 8 years old this year. It was released in 2012. So it's a bit overlooked, a bit underrated perhaps. But overall, this is just a really solid, really well-made figure, like pretty much all of Safari's, modern style Ceratopsids. They always do a good job with Ceratopsids. So anyhow, let's just get right into it. First of all, the detail. The detail on this figure is pretty fantastic, to be honest. You can see that the entire body is indeed covered in individual sculpted little scales, and there's a lot of nice variation in size among the scales and the scutes on this figure. You can see some larger sort of reticula being worked in here and there, and then the scales get a lot smaller down toward the hands, and also on like the cheeks, for instance. Yeah, there's just some really cool sort of variation in the detail and texturing styles on this sculpt, and it really helps to bring the animal to life, I think. Along with the sculpt, the paint is fantastic. I love the colors on this figure. It looks it's a lot more saturated than I was actually expecting. I had seen this figure in person before a long time ago, and I remembered it being just kind of a dull tan, and then I got this, I was like, oh, it's bright orange, is it? Oh, well, that's neat. And yeah, it's sort of this bright, saturated, peachy orange color with some nice sort of tannish yellow worked into certain areas, and some nice blending and subtle patterning between the two different colors. Really, really cool. We also have this darker sort of orange color on the frill pattern in these cool kind of mosaic shapes on the scales. That looks awesome, actually. In general, the head is probably my favorite part of this model. The beak is just really satisfying looking for some reason. It's just got this nice point to it, and it's kind of a caramel color, I guess. Yeah, it's just a light brown, along with the horns and the hornlets, all the keratinous bits, the toenails as well. The eyes are well done. They're simple, just little black dots for the pupils, but they look nice. Little tongue sculpted inside the mouth, kind of a dark pink color for the mouth interior. And yeah, there's nothing like crazy extraordinary about this model, but it's just really nice, and yeah, especially the head is just packed with really crisp, satisfying little paint and sculpt details, and it's just really well made overall. I don't know what else to say. This figure is just really great. There are some minor complaints I have for this model. First of all, the feet are a bit odd looking. They're a bit chubby, and the toes kind of look stuck together. I think the feet on the more recent Safari Ceratopsids are a lot more accurate and well done, but the feet on this model are okay. They're not bad. They're just, I don't know, they're a little funky looking from some angles. And the way the feet connect with the ground isn't the best. The way the limbs are positioned isn't the best. I think the poses on some of the more recent Ceratopsids look a lot more fluid than this one. This one looks a tad awkward, especially from this side, but it's not too bad. The only other real complaint I have is that the back line is kind of odd to me. It's got, a nice sort of curvature to the back, over the shoulders and the main torso section, but then it really flattens out and kind of gets lower down over the hips. You can see it sort of like slope down much more extremely and then get very flat and low over the hips, and I don't know, it looks really weird. You could sort of see it's lumpy. That's the simplest word to describe it. It has a bit of a lumpy backline, especially down toward the hip section. And it looks a little bit odd in profile, but I mean, it's not like necessarily even wrong. I think it partially has to do with the posture that the animal's been reconstructed in, but it's definitely a little weird looking. But anyhow, that's really about it for complaints, and that's also about it for this review. So where's my size comparison? Here he is. Here is the Eutyrannus. As usual, I'm going to be giving this Vagaceratops a 9 out of 10 because I think it's really, really nice. As far as all of the Safari Ceratopsids I have go, this one is not my favorite by any means, but it's definitely not my least favorite. It's probably somewhere in the middle, but maybe a little bit above the middle. I think it's really nice, and I definitely recommend it. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the flip.